Hi everyone. Just some more on Module 5. Following up on, there was an assignment that I said I was going to develop, so I've done that. And I'll also kind of review what you need to do in general for Module 5 to finish up from what we started in class. Okay, so there's readings, there's the MISCU analysis homework journal, there's continuing working through the tasks on your fieldwork planner, and uploading those. I'm going to take this out here. We're not in partners yet, but we will get in them shortly. Okay, so these are the readings. They're all on MISCU analysis from 3 different sources. Read all those carefully. Make sure you understand how the coding works, because that is what your assignment is on. This was the continuum that the handout that we had in class, just FYI. So I've revised this section here. So this was our running records introduction. So in class we did the boring old bed, and there's the video and there's the text if you'd like to practice that again, and at the farm. And then I also put this here. This is more introductory to running records if you want if you're not totally sure on the conventions or kind of how to do it, you can have a look at these. So then your homework is to, 2 purposes. One is to kind of take you to the next step with your running records. We talked about how valuable it is to be able to kind of do this on the fly. Kid comes in, you come in to work with a kid, and you can ask them to do a running record right there on whatever they're reading. And you may or may not have a copy of their text. So this is kind of how to do that. So that's a really valuable thing to do. Next is the coding. So after you do the running records, you end up with a whole bunch of miscues. And in class, we talked a lot about this. Like how do you interpret those? What does it tell you about the reader? So I want to push that a little bit more using actually the same text that we did. The boring old bed and on the farm. So before you do this, you need to make sure you've done all those readings. And you're going to print out this form here, which looks like this. Sorry, it's sideways here, so that's why you got to print it. Okay, so you're going to do one of these for boring old bed and one of these for on the farm. And basically what you're going to, don't worry about the line numbers. You're going to put pick 7 miscues. There's only room for 7 for each. And so this is the original text, the miscue. And then here's where you're going to look at the cues that they use. So the graphophonic is also called visual. So if you look at that handout that had the Venn diagram, that goes with the visual one. BME is beginning, middle, end. So looking at whether they used, like in the example I gave you, I think I said cows for calves. So I used the beginning and the middle actually of that to make that miscue. So it's which part of the word. Then we talked about these kind of questions. Did it make sense? Does it sound like language? So again, thinking about what they did and checking off which of these are appropriate. And remember, it could be a lot of them would be more than one. If they got told the answer, you would indicate that here. If they self-corrected, you would indicate that there. And if the miscue resulted in a meaning change, you would just kind of indicate that here. So that's how you kind of analyze. And you can make some comments on the fluency. We haven't talked much about that, so just kind of use your judgment on that. And so you're probably going to need to look at those videos again. And so they're here, the boring old bed and the at the farm. So you're going to do one for each, and then you're going to do a journal response. So then this is the homework. So you're going to click here. It's going to take you to your journal. And basically what I want you to do is just write a little bit about what did you learn about each reader and what cues do they use to decode the text. So the cues are back on the form. Do they use graphophonic cues? Do they use semantic cues? Do they use syntactic cues? Do they use all of them? None of them? Were they stronger in one than the other? Those are the kind of things that that we basically conclude from a MISCU analysis, in addition to just general things that you want to comment on the reader. And you can use your notes from class to answer these questions. So this is kind of like a synthesis and consolidation assignment. It's a journal, so it's going to go directly to me. People won't be able to see what you've done. But you can work together with this. Just let me know that you did that. So on your journal, each person should put the journal up so that it kind of takes a slot on Gradebook, but then you can write, I did this with so-and-so, and that's fine. You each will get a grade for that. Here's your fieldwork notebook. I'm going to go through later today and make some more, give you some more feedback on those. But I think that's everything. Again, this is a heavy fieldwork week, really kind of focusing, getting things done, and practicing your new skills with your running records. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. And next week's online, and there'll be new material that I will post by next Tuesday. Okay, thanks.